So we need to find out the value of the given trigonometric expression. Let us begin. So here we have sine of 36 degrees multiplied to sine of the angle 72 degrees times sine of angle 108 degrees times sine of the angle 144 degrees. Okay, now we have a standard value for sine 36 and sine 72, but we don't have any standard values for sine 108 degrees as well as sine 144 degrees. But we can simplify these two angles, 108 degrees and 144 degrees. So let us do that. So whenever we have sine of the angle 108 degrees, now 108 degree can be also broken down as 90 degrees added to 18 degrees. Now what we have is a formula of the form sine of 90 degree plus theta, so that will give us cosine of the angle theta. So that means we'll get cosine of 18 degree. So we can say that sine 108 degree will be equivalent to cosine of 18 degree. Then we have sine of 144 degrees. So that will be also expressed as sine of 180 minus 36 degrees. Now, sine of 180 minus 36, that will be simply sine 36 degrees. So we can say that sine 144 degree is equivalent to sine 36 degrees. Also, we can reduce sine 72 degrees. So sine 72 degree can be expressed as sine of the angle 90 degrees minus 18 degrees. So let us rewrite the trigonometric expression. We now have sine 36 degrees multiplied to sine 72 degrees, but we can replace it with cosine 18 degrees multiplied to sine 108 degrees, which we can replace with cosine 18 degrees times sine 144 degrees, that can be replaced with sine 36 degrees. Now we have sine squared 36 degrees multiplied to cosine squared 18 degrees. We do have standard values for both of sine and the cosine function. So sine of 36 degree, that's given by the square root of 5 minus square root of 5 divided by 8. And then we have cosine of 18 degree. So that's given by square root of 5 plus square root of 5 divided by 8. So let's use this value. So now we will get, in place of sine squared 36 degree, we have the square root of 5 minus square root of 5 over 8 whole squared multiplied to cosine squared 80 degree. So we'll replace cosine 18 degree with square root of 5 plus square root of 5 divided by 8 and square this value. Let's further simplify. So squaring gets rid of the square root. So we are now left with 5 minus square root of 5 divided by 8 multiplied to 5 plus square root of 5 divided by 8. Now what we have is the product 5 minus square root of 5 times 5 plus square root of 5. This will be simply the difference of two squares. 5 squared minus square root of 5 whole squared divided by 8 times 8, so that's 64. Now we get 5 squared, that's 25. 25 minus 5 will be 20, so we have 20 over 64. Now we can factor out 1 4 from the numerator and the denominator, so we get 5 over 16. So that means the value of the trig expression sine 36 degree times sine 72 degrees times sine 108 degrees times sine 144 degree, this is going to give us a value 5 over 16.